Hello, Trig students and Trig parents alike. You found my webpage and you click the link to bring you this video. It's just a quick general overview of what our class is going to look like here in trigonometry and pre-calculus. My name is Mr. Edwards, and without further ado, I'm going to just go through a quick little PowerPoint. At the end, there'll be a Padlet for you to go to, and you can ask any questions you have, and I'll get an email when you ask the questions, and I can reply to them, and then you can check back and see how I've answered other people's questions and your question, and we'll get a clearer picture of how this is all going to work in here in our hybrid, our new educational setting. So here is the presentation. We are in trigonometry. My name is Mr. Edwards. That is my primary email here at school. I have it hooked up to my phone, so as soon as you have something you need to discuss, if you email that, I will get it right away. So make sure you do that one. If you just type my name in, and students have already started figuring this out, into their Google one through MASD students, I check it, but probably only once a day. This is the go-to email if you need to contact me right away. There's my phone number here at school with the extension. Communication is a must, and we'll get into that in a second. So trigonometry. In general, trigonometry, if you look that up, is the study of triangles and the study of right triangles. But as our class is already finding, it's so much more. We can put these triangles on a circle, and we can start using this idea of trigonometry for periodic motion, rotational motion. So we have RPMs in the corner, we have the Ferris wheel going around, and then the stuff that maybe you're more familiar with different angles, forces, a lot of physics involved in here, and a heading and a bearing, how we use those in aeronautical terms. So this is, I like to keep our class in this area. This is the real life area where we can see how applicable it is. Preparing you for the next math class is going to involve some of the analytical, which is not always as easy to see how it works, but it's still important. Is we're preparing for the next class, which I'm going to get to, ultimate goals for this class. You're going to need to see some of that analytical, and we'll build on that knowledge base in calculus and in higher math classes. So ultimate goal number one is to best prepare you for the next math class. I would say 99% sure if you're in this class here in high school, it will not be your math class, your last math class. You are taking other math classes on your way to being an engineer or a doctor or a chemist or whatever you're going to be. So it's our goal in this class to best prepare you for the next one. I sat down with other teachers of calculus classes, and said, what are the things that they need to know? So we've prioritized our curriculum here in this hybrid setting, and we're trying to cover those things. So prepare you for that. Also want to prepare you for high stakes testing. Eventually, I'm assuming you'll have to go back. You'll have to take the ACT and SAT, a college entrance exam, so on and so forth. Testing is a part of life. If I'll skip down there to the bottom, life and high stakes tests. Ooh, can't move my mouse or it does that. But I usually challenge my classes, or I have in the past. This is my 14th year teaching. Tell me a profession that does not have a test. And I had a student in Arizona, of all places, say surfing. Okay, well, it's weird that you want to be a surfer in Arizona, but I respect that. In surfing, you learn a new trick. You go out and you practice said new trick. You fall, you mess up, you get up, you do it again. Maybe you do it right, so you even practice it again. You get really good at it. Then when competition day shows up, you perform said trick. That's homework. That's school, where we're learning new things. We're messing up, we're doing them right. We're messing up, we're doing them right. And then we can master them and get good at them and then perform under pressure. Almost all jobs are going to have that, okay? The second ultimate goal for this class is to make you a better problem solver. I don't know exactly what you're going to do in your profession, but odds are you're going to have to solve problems. Something's going to come up, and you're going to have to use your wit and strategies and determination and hard work, and you're going to have to do all these things that are needed on both of them to solve these problems. So we want to live in the real-world land of trigonometry, and at the same time make you better problem solvers, make you better students, and more efficient people. So I've mentioned this again. Let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. We are in a hybrid model, and it is different and difficult at times, and takes a lot of trust on each other's parts. But I think the two best words that we need to focus on during the hybrid model are flexibility and communication. I am going to be flexible. I am going to communicate as best as possible, and I expect you guys to do the same. If something's not going the way that you normally get it, you need to be flexible. You need to learn to adapt. If you are not understanding a topic, you need to communicate with me, and it's a kind of ask for help. Why am I not getting this? What can I do better? What should I be doing? So it's just a constant back and forth between us to make us the best and most productive that we can be. Flexibility, communication, and we will get through this newness that is hybrid. Okay. If you find yourself asking these two questions, how am I doing? Or how is my child doing? I will point you to Sapphire. I am very good. I know some teachers probably aren't as good, but I consider myself good at grading and a quick turnaround and getting things in Sapphire as soon as you turn them into me, so you can get as immediate feedback as we can. So be checking Sapphire to stay up on your grade, what's missing, what you did well on, what you did not do well on. If you find yourself asking the question, what am I studying right now? What are we doing? What is my child doing? Then I'm going to point you in the direction of Google Classroom. You can get on Google Classroom for your student, and you can look at what I affectionately call our stream. Our stream right here, this is our Google Classroom for Trig and Pre-Cal, just goes over the things that I'm posting, whether it be a video or a presentation Nearpod or a game to play that I found online. The stream will be up to date, the newest things on top, depending on your settings, for what we are currently doing in our Trig and Pre-Cal classes. Okay, so back to the presentation. We're almost done now. Thank you for bearing with me here. That being said, that is it. Okay, that's kind of Trig and how we work things. Obviously, it gets more specific with bell work and stamps and things that your students been doing. But if you have any specific questions for me, you can scan this QR code that'll take you to a Padlet. If you are on your computer and are not going to scan a computer screen, if you go back to Mr. Edwards' web page right here, still under construction, I'm in the middle of that, but you clicked on this link, which will be a link. I need you to click on this Padlet. If you click on this, it will take you to basically a collaboration board where you can ask questions. You can click the pink button and ask whatever question you would like. Do you offer extra credit is one I usually get. Then you'll post that. It'll send me an email saying you posted that, and then I can reply to that. Check back in a week and you can see everyone's questions and see my replies to all of them. And that's basically it. That's what we're going to go to. So thanks for coming tonight. It's not back to school night as we're used to, but it's a little introduction into what your students are going through and how Trig is going to work this year. So bye. Thanks.